I swear to you, I saw it with my own eyes. His body had been buried for 3 days, 3 whole days. And yet, when the grave was opened, his face was smiling. There was a man in our village. No one liked him. No one trusted him. They said his tongue was sharp like a blade, cutting deep into anyone who crossed his path. His eyes were cold, like he carried the shadow of something dark inside him. No one invited him to weddings. No one brought him food when he was sick. Children ran when they saw him. And when he walked through the village, people whispered, "There goes the cursed one." His name was Konde. Konde did not beg for kindness. He never defended himself. If they threw stones, he walked on. If they cursed him, he stayed silent. No one knew where he came from. No one knew why he never left. And worst of all, he never fought back. Then one night, the village elder died. And the next morning, they found Konde standing near the elder's hut, staring at the door. He said nothing. He did nothing, but that was enough. "He's the one!" Someone shouted. The crowd gathered. Someone threw a rock. Another grabbed a stick. "He must leave," they cried, "before he brings more death." I was there. I saw it all. And Konde, he only sighed, as if he had been waiting for this moment. That same evening he left. No bag, no words, just his bare feet against the red dust of the road. The village rejoiced. Finally, the cursed one was gone. 3 days later, they found him, his body curled beneath an old tree just beyond the river. Dead, alone, forgotten. They buried him quickly, as if touching his body would pass the curse to them. No prayers, no goodbyes, just dirt thrown over a man no one would miss. On the third night, the elder's son fell ill, then the village chief's daughter, then another and another. Fever spread like wildfire, burning through the village. Fear gripped us all. A desperate healer, an old woman with eyes like the night sky, spoke at last. "You have wronged a man who never wronged you," she said. "A man who carried a burden none of you could see." No one wanted to believe her. But what choice did we have? The grave was open, and there he was, his body untouched by time, his skin smooth as if he were only sleeping, and his face, he was smiling. That night, the elders sat in silence, and for the first time, the village spoke the truth. Konde was never cursed. He was a man who carried pain without spreading it, a man who suffered in silence, while the world blamed him for things he never did. And now it was too late to ask for forgiveness. What do you think? Was Konde truly cursed, or was the village blind to its own cruelty? Tell us in the comments. And if this story gave you chills, don't forget to subscribe for more terrifying African folk tales. Some stories stay with you. This one you may never forget.